Wars, manifestations. We all have different ideas that are more or less coherently mixed into a general structure, and those people sharing the same belief system identify us from the same group, and oftentimes those different groups are in conflicts. Yet, even in a specific group, we are all very different people with very different personalities, or at least that is what we like to think. Let's dive today into Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain, and its deconstruction of the self.
It all ends soon, exactly as I've planned. Give my regards to your boss when you get home.
Well, you might be wondering what you just have witnessed. In this story, you will incarnate Big Boss, a worldwide known hero that after saving the world have formed Militaires Sans Frontières, a private army to provide armed forces to anyone who needs it, regardless of nation or ideology. The private army operated successfully for years, before being taken down during a fierce destructive operation executed by XOF, a military division made for the main purpose of destroying Big Boss. Militaires Sans Frontières ceased to exist. A monument got demolished. A very few soldiers survived, most of them mutilated. One of the survivors is Big Boss himself.
What is your name? When were you born? Can you recall?
Hidden and protected during his 9 years of coma by the very few loyal survivors. Knowing that they haven't finished their job back then, XOF relentlessly looked for him to finish what they started 9 years ago.
Phantom.
Due to his very acute survival instincts and immense skills acquired from decades of combat and constant flirts with death, Big Boss won't be easy to kill. Surviving no matter what. As a superhuman beyond the laws of reality, he cannot be killed.
Get on! I'm on your side! Hurry!
What took you so long?
Now
We'll talk
that
about
you are
it.
back, you have to reconstruct everything from scratches.
That was some operation we had, huh? 9 years ago. Carving out our own world. Making our own future. And they took it away. Diamond Dogs. Our new home. The phantom of our former selves. Our new mother base. I don't know how long it'll take, but I'll make it bigger. Better than before. Dogs of war for 9 whole years. That ends today. Now you're not sleeping, and we're not junkyard hounds. We're diamond dogs.
The Legion is back to guide them, to save them. Like a phoenix, a rebirth from the ashes. Big Boss, the main pillar to this monument. The piece that makes everything click.
Boss! We don't draw weapons on comrades. Look around you. This is your family.
Uniting different people from the most diverse backgrounds possible and making them a family.
You're all diamonds.
The Empire has been built again, stronger and bigger. They exterminated their enemy, took their revenge. Reconquested everything they have lost, and even more. Finally, the balance of justice has been restored. You have accomplished your mission, did everything you needed to do. After countless hours, reconstructing the fallen empire, completing your goals, one last mission is left in the game. Likely irrelevant, since you have gone through your hero's journey. You have reached the conclusion of the story. Out of curiosity and maybe perfectionism, you click on that very last mission. You wait indifferently until it starts.
Who are you? Who am I? You're talking to yourself. Been watching over you for 9 years. You can call me Ishmael. What the hell is going on? Well, the good news is, you're in the land of the living. Bad news? The whole world wants you dead. On your feet, soldier. The whole place is coming down.
And yes, it is the first mission of the game, but this time through another lens. The lens of the true Big Boss. Because indeed, you are not Big Boss. And this is how Metal Gear, by taking an enormous detour, destroys your most fundamental certainty, your sense of identity, who you thought you were. Everyone thinks you are. You thought you were, until a few seconds ago. The question can be, who I am then? But to answer it, we need to answer a more fundamental question, which is, what does make the self? What does make you so idiosyncratic? What does create your sense of identity? How do we even really know that there is such thing such as the self?
Now do you remember who you are? What you were meant to do?
I cheated death thanks to you. And thanks to you, I've left my mark. You have too. You've written your own history. You're your own man. I'm Big Boss. And you are too. No, he's the two of us together. Where we are today, we built it. This story, this legend, it's ours. We can change the world and with it the future. I am you and you are me. Carry that with you wherever you go. Thank you, my friend. From here on out, you're Big Boss.
Maybe it is just all one variation or another of an archetypal figure. Archetypes, the original model from which something is developed or made. In literary criticism, those images, figures, character types, settings, and story patterns that are, according to the Swiss analytical psychologist Carl Gustav Jung, are universally shared by people across culture. And the different categories, let's overlook them, are sage, innocent, explorer, ruler, creator, caregiver, magician, hero, outlaw, lover, jester, and regular person. Anyway, back to the main point, the self, if it exists, and I do not deny its existence, is perceptible in what we could call small and significant details. When we boil it down, we see that very primary and fundamental motives control all of us and unite all of us. With that being said, it is important to note that those insignificant differences are actually what make us different from one another, and we ought to embrace our differences, for they are the source of diversity and innovation. Ironically and paradoxically, we are all the same person, sharing a few primitive motivations, yet we are very different persons with very different ideas. The more we evolve, the more unique we become.
I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea.
Until maybe becoming the next archetype, a living legend. I didn't talk about physical differences since I deem them unimportant. Those are the real and significant details. However, very sadly, along ideologies, they are the main source of our adversity as human beings. While growing up, we have the very ill-founded misconception that we exist as an entity that treats and have ideas, but the truth is that it is not that one-sided.
You're all diamonds.
We are shaped by ideas that later we modify or dismiss or exchange. I'd say it always is an opened highway of different ideas and modifications. We change the world that later will change us, and that change will provoke another one, and so on and so forth. We can view it as the egg-chicken problem. Did we create ideas that later created us, or is it the other way around? I'd like to leave you with that quote, which I think is worth thinking about. People don't have ideas. Ideas have people. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Don't hesitate on leaving your opinion down below or any suggestion that you have.